of immediate bandwidth. It took many years to build that ODC, and I think, or to build is really a captive junction control center. It took many years to build, and then changing directions would have been challenging for them. So I think an advantage that you probably have in India over other countries is not just the sheer number of capable people is helpful, but also the ability to shift very rapidly to a customer that may come in and say, we need to, totally change our strategy, or a new customer coming in saying, we want to establish something and we need to establish it quickly. I think that flexibility is the most important attribute.
Sure. What other countries would you rank? So we talked about India, Bulgaria. So quickly, if you could, list the other countries, just listing, that would be great.
Yeah. So Czech Republic probably came in after Bulgaria. I'd say slightly. My experience was slightly behind Bulgaria in terms of technical capability, and also challenged by resources. It's a small, relatively small country. Prague is a decent-sized city, but we had challenges securing. We needed to grow that center, and we could not grow it. In the couple of years I was there, there was big pressure to double the size of the center. And I think between the time I was there, we probably added 5 people, out of 60. We had 60. We wanted to go to 120 or 150, and we ended up with 65. So just very, very difficult to grow. Whereas Sofia was what had scale. We had 1,000 people there in Bulgaria. So I think Prague was a distant second. I had some experience getting quotes from Romania and Vietnam, and my impression was Romania was good talent, but sort of high risk, just in terms of lack of familiarity with companies. And I don't remember the name, unfortunately don't remember the name of the companies that we spoke to, but there were some internal resources we had at TRW and actually at Ricardo who had contacts in Romania, and they were pretty bullish on some companies, but these were small companies and they did not have much scale. They just had very capable engineers. So to me, it seemed like you were dealing more with startup companies than you were with established companies. And in Vietnam, I remember getting quotes, and it was half the cost of India, but everything seemed secretive. And we did not go visit. We decided we didn't take it seriously enough to go visit. But if we had, I have a feeling it would have been a makeshift. Location. And by the way, I believe it or not, I've been to a makeshift location once in India. I did a tour and we visited 5 countries, and 3 were very impressive. One was so-so, and one was trying to pull the wool over our eyes and make it appear that they had people working on things that they weren't. So that can happen anywhere. But my take is in Vietnam, that was sort of the status quo, was the companies that really didn't have capability were advertising it and trying to pull you in with really, really low prices. So I had very little patience for the experience in Vietnam.
Sure, yeah. All right. So now, typically, when it comes to, say, again, engineering services on the mechanical side, what type of tasks are normally offshored and are outsourced by, say, automotive tier 1? Any insight?
Yeah, so again, it's more maintaining drawings and updating drawings and making sure they're in the MRP system and configuration management. Making changes that are, considered, for more mature products. So you take a product that's been in production and you're only getting small numbers of changes per year. It's literally making the changes, uploading them into the system, and going through some level of review and making sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. What I haven't seen too much of is on the testing side, on the mechanical